This is it. Manchester City are in the Champions League final against Chelsea tomorrow night. It is finally here. City's chance to appear at the top of the European football table. This is our chance to lift that trophy that's hung over us for absolutely ages now. I can't quite put into words how big a deal this game is going to be. And today I'm going to try and explain in the best way possible why it means so much to me and Manchester City fans. But first of all, I want to say thank you to an app that's been sponsoring me for 2 years now, at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. OneFootball is absolutely fantastic. And if you want all the news and all the build-up and all the big stories from the Champions League final, OneFootball is the best place for you to go. Go and download it right now in the link in the description for absolutely nothing. It's free and you get all the stats and all the team news, and I bet you can't wait for that sent straight to your phone as soon as it happens. So if you want to help support my channel and you want all the big footballing news, and let's face it, why wouldn't you? You can trust me on this one. It's a great app. Go and download it right now in the link in the description and get that hype going for this final, because that's going to get you going, because there's going to be stories constantly up until that kickoff. Go and do it right now. But let's get into this. Firstly, I want to say thank you to every single one of you. It's the last game of the season. It's been another incredible season. The first season I've done this, I guess, professionally, full time. And I want to say thank you to every single one of you for watching the channel this season. It's been crazy. It's been a wild year, and it's not been what we all want it to be in terms of the fans in the stadium. But me sat here every year, every week doing a watch along with you guys and chatting away in the comments to you guys and all the support. I honestly mean it when I say thank you so much. I would not have even got through this year anyway near as well as I did mentally without you guys. I really do value all that highly, and I genuinely believe I've got the most supportive and the most friendliest and the most awesome community on YouTube. Thank you so much. And it's because of this, by the way, I got a little bit of an announcement. There's going to be no watch along tomorrow, and I'm so sorry, but it's for a good reason. Manchester City Football Club have asked me if I would like to be involved in their We're Not Really Here show tomorrow live at the City Football Academy. Yes, I'm going to be on stage. It's like a live YouTube and in the CFA hybrid show on stage with Natalie Pike and Sean Gota, an ex-Man City player, Gareth Taylor, and the women's manager. And it's going to be absolutely wild. I'm going to be there chatting with Manchester City fans in front of thousands of people live in person. And it's because of you guys, so thank you. I'm gutted I won't be doing a watch long, but I will go live afterwards. My dad and Nicola are coming as well to it. So I'll try and do a vlog of the day at the CFA as well. I'm not going to be in Portugal, and I won't be here during the game, but I'll be there with loads of thousands of City fans. And once again, thank you, because City have asked me, because you guys watch my videos and you guys enjoy the content I create, so it's because of you guys, so thank you so much. But let's get on to this game. This game is absolutely huge. It's the biggest game that Manchester City have had since the Aguero moment, the 93-20 QPR game. It is hands down the biggest game since that moment. Some would argue it's even bigger. I would argue that there's been many more important games in our history. I wore this shirt for a reason. It feels to me that we need to acknowledge where we came from back when we could have gone further and been plunged further into the depths of the Football League with no chance of being where we are now. It feels right to me to wear this, and I'm going to sat and watch the game with Sean Gota, which feels right to me, I guess, which is crazy to say that, but I'm going to. And I feel like we need to remember where the club has came from on days like this, because they are part of the story, and that is why we are where we are. That is why we love this club, so many of us as well. And I know a lot of people watching this, that was way before their time as a Manchester City fan, be it life or be it age or whatever. But that is why we are where we are, man. Like that famous game kept our heads above the water, and it got us back into the old Division 1, which is now the Championship, which allowed us to get back in the Premier League. And without that, we would not have stood a chance being where we are right now. So I feel like it's always important to look back. But there's no denying that this game is absolutely historic. A European Cup final. It's as big as it genuinely gets. And as I keep saying a million times, this is as good as it gets as well. Manchester City right now are absolutely phenomenal. We may lose the odd game here and there or whatever, but this City side are incredible. We are the Premier League champions. We won the Carabao Cup, a big cup, as you no doubt agree. And now we're in the Champions League final. final as well. And to top it all off, we're favourites for the Champions League final as well, which is crazy to say that. Manchester City are seen as the favourites for this game. It doesn't mean we're going to win it, of course, but we are seen as the favourites, which is absolutely wild. This really is incredible. And I was chatting to various City fans throughout the week, be it on podcasts or whatever, and my genuine belief is actually now, emotionally, I think Manchester City fans are ready to win this. Like, I'm only talking for myself here, but I remember 10 years ago, 5-6 years ago, when we've all been booing the anthem and whatever, many City fans felt, and probably fairly so, that we didn't really belong in this competition, that we weren't really welcome in this competition because we were new money, you know? We were the unpopular new boys taking the limelight and taking the big signings away from United and your Liverpools and your Real Madrids and your Barças. No one liked Manchester City, and that's not an exaggeration. It's just genuinely true. It's just genuinely true. City are not a popular club, and for years and years and years, City fans felt unwelcomed in the Champions League, and it's because we probably were unwelcome, for being honest. I'm not sure we're even welcome now, but the point I'm making is now, I feel like for us to get to this point where we want to, and we had to go through that pain. Manchester City fans know suffering. We do know suffering, and that's what makes us different to Chelsea fans, United fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans. And we are different because they simply haven't been through the journey Manchester City have. They haven't been down there, and they can laugh at us for that, but I am proud of that as a Manchester City fan. I am proud of where we come from. I am proud of that because it makes us different, and it makes us appreciative, and it makes it more sweeter. It does. They can pretend it doesn't, but they don't know what it feels like to watch us play against Gillingham. They don't know what it feels like to see that as our league campaign. They just don't know what it feels like to play Macclesfield and York and all those teams. So as a result of that, it means more for me personally than it could possibly mean for a United fan who hasn't been down there. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to exaggerate there. My best friend is a United fan. He's exactly the same age as me. But United, to him, being shit is 6th or 7th in the Premier League. City being shit for me is in the 3rd tier of English football and being threatening to stay down there. That is actual perspective, and that is why for City fans this is an incredible story. And I know we got loads of money and spent on loads of great transfers and players. I don't give a shit, man. I know where City have come from, and I know that this is going to be absolutely incredible. And the fact that we had this suffering as well in the Champions League, I think that's why we're now ready for it, because City fans, we need to feel that we've earned it. We need to feel I guess we need to feel plucky, you know, and because that's just part of an inherent nature of who we are as City fans, and I really believe that is true. It's what makes Manchester City fans different, typical City, and it's that inherent cynicism and that self-deprecating nature that makes us so special, and why, when it happens, I feel like we've earned it, because we've been through the pain of the Lyon game, of the Monaco game, of the Spurs game, of the Liverpool game. We needed that pain to get to this point where we're like, fucking get in finally, if we do it. If we do it, fingers crossed, and it's a big if, but I feel like we're ready for it now, whereas previous years, I'm not sure we were. I feel like we needed to build up this frustration, and maybe I'm wrong there, but this is how I feel now. I feel like it means more to me now than if it did 5 years ago. And I'm not just trying to project there and make it fit my world narrative. I genuinely mean what I'm saying here. I feel like this game is now bigger for us than it ever could have been in seasons gone by because of everything that we've gone through. We had this question mark that has lingered over and over and over us. So it's going to feel sweeter when we finally stick it in people's faces if we manage to complete that journey. And if it's not this season, by the way, it will be another season. City aren't going anywhere. We are making our way to the top of European football, and it's just a matter of time, man. We may not win it this year. We've got a good chance, but if we don't, Manchester City are inevitable. And I'm not trying to sound cocky there, but we've got too much resources. We're too well run. We've got too many quality players for us not to win it eventually. So that is why I'm relaxed going into this game. And you may think I'm talking craziness there. Of course, there's a bit of nerves, but broadly speaking, I'm relaxed because this season has been a success. Whichever way you paint it, it's been a success. It'll be more of a success if we win tomorrow, of course, and if we don't, I'll be devastated. But overall, I will be able to see the bigger picture, and it's that this season has been a success. It really has. It has been a success, and we've already taken bigger strides in this competition than we've ever done by some way, and we've deserved to be there. And I, hand on heart, believe we are the best side of Europe. It doesn't mean we're going to win it because Chelsea are an incredible side as well and could beat us. But I do believe we've got a very, very strong side shout to believe it's true finally. So I guess the point I'm making is I am ready for this, man. I am ready for it. As a City fan on an individual level, I feel like the club is ready for it as well. I feel like we deserve to be where we are. I feel like we've worked for it. And I feel like a confidence in this team that I've not felt in absolutely ages in this competition. And it's because this side is absolutely brilliant. And tomorrow is not just about those players. It's about the players that got us here in this shirt. It's about all the fans like you guys who watched for years and years and years and gone through all this pain. And it's about football, man. Football is ridiculous, and I can't wait. So I'm going to enjoy tomorrow, and I would implore any City fan to do the same. Enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy it, because even though it may be painful and stressful, football is absolutely ridiculous, but it's brilliant, and look where we are, and look where we've come from, and this is where we want to be. This really is as good as it gets. I keep saying this at the end of videos for a reason, because I want to make sure that we're living in the moment and appreciating what we've got right now, because it's very good. It's absolutely immense. This is an incredible time to be alive for Manchester City fans. And I love it, man. I love it. And I'm desperate and determined to enjoy it. Even if it's painful tomorrow, I'm going to make sure I enjoy the experience of all. And I implore you guys to do the same. Should we do the preview now? Should we do the preview now? I've got what it means to me. This game out of the way, because the preview is, you know what, you'll know most of it yourself, and to be honest, Guardiola's echoed everything I've just said. Guardiola was talking in the press conference. He said, I've learned from my time to live these moments with a little bit more calm, knowing that if we win, we'll be incredibly happy, and if it doesn't happen, after a few sad days, the sunshine in Barcelona and enjoying the summer, we'll just prepare for next season. He said, I want to travel to Portugal, make the best barbecue as possible, have some good wine and good chat with my backroom staff and the people, and enjoy the training session in the Porto Stadium, and our chairman will be there and we'll enjoy it, and Saturday then we'll be nervous. He's right. He said, I've learned from my previous time to enjoy my job before I have to watch 20 videos of Chelsea, do this and do that. There's many things. I understand you have to do what you have to do, but doing more will not give you the chance to win. And Guardiola is absolutely right. Enjoy it, Blues. Enjoy it. And fundamentally as well, he's right. The team that is the most tense and anxious is probably not going to have a good day on this and fundamentally as well, Pep is right. The team that is the most anxious is probably not going to have a good day, and we just need to sit out there and enjoy it. I mean, I'm not going to get distracted by the Laporte quotes as well. Laporte being slightly apprehensive about his game time. I don't care about that now. We'll deal about that next week. Laporte wants to play football. And right now, even being honest, probably the reason Laporte's talked about not being happy with his game time is because he's probably hurting. I guarantee Laporte's probably found out that he's not going to start the Champions League final, and that probably stings a little bit. If we win this competition and he has a good Euros and he comes back and life feels good and the fans are back, he probably won't give a shit. Time is a healer. So right now, just ignore it and crack on. And that's what I will say. In terms of the team news, well, the team news as it is, everyone is absolutely fine. Everyone has travelled. There's no real team news as of now. And I guess I'm going to skip this bit more or less entirely, because it is what it is. The team, the squad, it's strong, it's in form, and it's confident right now. And it's how it should be. It's how it should be. The team should be on top of the world right now, and they will be on top of the world right now, and Guardiola will be making sure that they realise that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to do something that so many of these players have wanted for so long. This is the Champions League final. It's huge. The lineup, I'm not going to slow reveal it. I'm going to just give you this lineup right here next to me now. That's the lineup. That's what the lineup should be. It should be Ederson in goal. It should be Zinchenko at left back. It should be Kyle Walker at left back. It should be Diaz and Stones at centre back. It should be Fernandinho, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Foden, Mahrez, and Bernardo. It should be, in my personal opinion. It should be, because that is the team that got us where we are, and that is the team that's played together and put in that indomitable spirit against PSG and against Dortmund at times, and that is the team that got us there. So do it. There is an argument maybe for a Ferran Torres, or maybe an emotional Sergio Aguero appearance, or maybe Gabriel Jesus or Sterling, but I can't see it personally. I can't see it. I don't think we need to do it either. Maybe, just maybe, Kevin De Bruyne playing a little bit deeper and finding those runs like he did against Everton is a good shout. So maybe he shouldn't be the nominal false nine. But at the same time, maybe he can play there and he can be brilliant there because he's done it before. Maybe Bernardo Silva being the false nine with Foden and him pressing from the front would be an incredible idea. We have to consider as well the fact that They're going to be playing wing backs, so there might be a slight subconscious tweet from Guardiola. I hope he doesn't do it. I hope he doesn't. I hope he just puts the players out there and says, "You do you. You go out there and play your game." Because Chelsea are a very good side, but if we turn up to be our best, we are a better side, and I hand on heart believe that. Foden is absolutely taken to this competition. He's been a star boy in this competition. He's a star boy in general. He's an incredible player, an absolutely incredible player. And who would be surprised if Foden doesn't step up tomorrow and absolutely blitzes Chelsea? He cares about this club in the way we do, but football comes easy to him in the way that football comes easy to so many greats like Messi and Zidane and so on. Foden is a natural footballer, and he's not going to be fazed by anything. He's just who he is, and he loves it. He loves it in the way that, as I said to Joe yesterday in the video, that a kid loves a roller coaster. It should be terrifying, but there's no fear because they love it. And that's how Phil Foden approaches football. He just wants to be out there playing against the best and having those. He's a thrill seeker of a footballer, and I love that man. And likewise, Mahrez, absolutely immense this season for Manchester City. A big game player, and in a defence as good as Chelsea's, you occasionally need a player that can unlock a team like Chelsea. You need a little bit of magic, a little bit of specialness, and Mahrez is the kind of guy who could pop one over 20 yards and no one would even question it. So could Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo could do it. Bernardo is the warrior that you want in a team like this. Insane energy, insane dedication and tactical organisation from Bernardo. An incredibly gifted tactical player, an incredibly gifted technical player. The perfect guy in a game like this. And Gundogan, one of the players of the season in the Premier League, one of the best midfielders in Europe, if not the best midfielder in Europe this year. Absolutely immense. And that guile and that organisation and that momentum and that pauser, so important. And Kevin De Bruyne, simply the best midfielder in the world on his day. Absolutely no question marks about it. And that, I mean, Fernandinho, it has to be Fernandinho. It just has to be Fernandinho for me. He's earned it. He's our captain. Rodri's a very good player, but Fernandinho is a world-class player on his day. He's the best defensive midfielder we've still got, and he's shown recently with his form and his composure that he's still our leader, and it has to be him. Zinchenko has earned this chance. He's been so integral to our organisation and our structure and the way we recycle the ball and move it up the pitch, and he's better defensively these days than we realise as well. He has earned it for that performance against PSG. A warrior. Likewise, Diaz and Stones, unfortunately for the Porto, he's fantastic. Diaz and Stones have earned it as well for that performance against PSG. And Kyle Walker, another one that has to be there with no question. And no one needs to say anything about Ederson. No one needs to say anything about Ederson. This Manchester City side picks itself. It's brilliant. Maybe there'll be the odd tweak up front. But right now, for me, this is a lineup that we go for. This is what we hope for. And maybe, just maybe, we see Sergio Aguero come off the bench and score a goal. And we erupt emotionally and physically. And it'd be incredible. Maybe, just maybe. Chelsea of a very good side. A very good side. And I'm going to pass you over now to my good friend Nini from Blue Lions TV. Nini's absolutely awesome. He's very confident about Chelsea. And do you know what? Why wouldn't you be? They beat us twice. And even though there's very, I'll talk about this after Nini's talks, but there's lots of reasons why I don't feel that that's fully represented Manchester City. But having said that, he's got every right to be confident. Take it away, Nini.
Thanks, Esteemed Kompany, and welcome, Man City fans. You want to learn exactly what to expect from us in the Champions League final. Now, of course, we've beaten you already twice under Thomas Tuchel in the FA Cup semi-final, and of course, we denied you lifting the Premier League title when we beat you 2-1 in your stadium too. So, I definitely think that we are a team that Man City have to respect, irrespective of the fact that, yes, I understand that Man City rotated their team against us in those two games. However, we demonstrated why we are such a difficult team to break down, a difficult team to face on the counter-attack as well. And of course, those other metrics in the game, like our fight, our will, our ability to win those second balls, our ability to dig deep and suffer. We're a team accustomed to playing like this. And of course, against us, the last position you want to be in is a goal behind, because you're going to leave more space for us to exploit. And I definitely think that is going to be the main tactical thing we have to do in the hopes of beating you guys in the Champions League final. Of course, with someone like Timo Werner up front, his ability to run the channels, work very hard, press from the front, and his devastating pace, it does create a lot of opportunities for us. And, you know, it definitely feels like the plan against you guys is going to be to utilize Werner's pace. Now, with how you guys like to use your high line, I think there are opportunities in game to exploit that. And it does come down to how good structured we are going to be off the ball. In this area, I'm very confident. We have an amazing big game record under Thomas Tuchel. our back three for me is one of the best in Europe. It doesn't get spoken about enough. Thiago Silva has demonstrated why he is still easily one of the very best defenders in the world, completely transforming our defence alongside Antonio Rudiger, who has shown this season that yes, he is a world-class defender alongside the ever-dependable Azpilicueta. What makes us so dangerous in our build-up phase is that alongside our back three, we have Reece James and Ben Chilwell, players who are very adept in progressing the ball, players who are very good aerially, players very good defending 1v1, and of course players that bring that counter-attacking threat as well. And you know, when you have players like Kante and Jorginho in front, Kante, who's made a name for himself in this year's Champions League, is one of the best midfield players in the world. His big game record is undefeated. He's going to be so key and vital in winning those second balls to help set up our counter-attacking opportunities against you guys in the final. You know, with Man City, you used two different approaches against us. Of course, you use that 4-2-3-1 in the FA Cup final, and then you use a bit of a different formation in the league game. It was like a back three that then turned into like a 4-1-2-3 with like Sterling playing in like a number 8 position. That was very interesting to see, and I can understand why, because you guys wanted to try and stop our build-up phase, because our build-up phase is one of the best in the league. It's quite predictable, but it's that predictability that really makes us so strong. The players know where to be, when and where exactly, and it's that unity that we have as a team on the ball and off the ball that makes me feel confident that we can get the result against you guys in the Champions League final. Of course, we've been there before, we've done it, we've won trophies, we've won a Champions League before, and I definitely think that the players are going to be up for it. And on top of that, what gives me greater confidence too is that I feel like we have more intensity than you guys. I think that with players like Mount, Kante, etc., our attack, our wing backs, we're a team that knows how to suffer and work very hard. So it's going to be extremely important whichever team gets the first score, because it can really just dictate how the game is going to be set and played. And based on how we played against you, we played 2 very good games against you, and the players, they don't have any fear. Against the big teams, we're ready, we're prepared, and I think that it's going to be a very cagey encounter in the Champions League final. Let's hope that referees or no nonsense doesn't destroy the flow of the game. But of course, Man City, a team you have to definitely respect, easily the best team in the world in my personal opinion. But for me, as a Chelsea fan, we've shown that we really come alive against the big boys, and we're underdogs. That's when we're at our most dangerous. So, expect to see some things against us in the Champions League final. For my match prediction, I'm going to be going for a 2-1 win to us. And if we don't win it in 90 minutes, I definitely back us in a penalty shootout against you guys. So there you guys have it. Thanks for having me on. Thanks to Esteemed Kompany. And may the best team win on Saturday evening.
There we go. Of course he's going to predict a Chelsea win. Of course he is. Chelsea are a fantastic side. They really are. They're one of the best sides in Europe. I would turn around and say in 2 of the most recent games that mattered, they've actually kind of bottled it. And I don't want to sound too harsh there. That doesn't mean they're going to bottle this one. But what I will say, Aston Villa, they're in the Champions League for next season now by luck, because they lost that game against Aston Villa and they lost against Leicester in the FA Cup final. So even though they got themselves into those positions, when it actually came to it, they did slip up. They got lucky with the Champions League spot because Leicester slipped up as well. But then at the same time, they also lost in the final to Leicester. They beat Leicester afterwards, of course, but they are not infallible. And as good as defensive they are, they conceded in the last 5 games in a row as well. And Manchester City are more than capable of scoring against them. And they did, even with our B team. I know he's right that Chelsea are a fantastic side. They are so solid defensively. They're so organised. And Mason Mount is a brilliant footballer. And Werner's pace and movement is excellent. Even if his finishing hasn't been great this year, I wouldn't be surprised if it somehow steps up in this final. And the likes of obviously Pulisic has got loads of ability, and Kante is world class, and Kovacic and Jorginho are still very good footballers, and Chilwell and Reece James and Rudiger and Thiago Silva and Mendy and goal if he plays, they're all quality footballers under a quality manager. Tuchel has really changed the way that Chelsea play, and Chelsea fans should feel confident. But in terms of my prediction, I don't want to stress too much, but I really do think would be remiss not to mention that the Chelsea haven't played against Manchester City yet. And I mean that, literally, they haven't played what I would deem Manchester City yet, and of course they beat us twice, but that wasn't Manchester City as we know it. I'm getting the teams up right now. I'm getting the results up. So when they beat us 2-1 recently, I'm looking at the lineup. We only had Diaz and Edison on the pitch that you could arguably say were starting this final. So we only had 2 of 11. There was no Stones, no Zinchenko, no Walker, no Fernandinho, no Mahrez, no Gundogan, no Bernardo, no Foden, no De Bruyne. It wasn't Manchester City, and they beat us 2-1, but they only beat us 2-1, and they rested barely anyone compared to us. I'm not saying that means anything fully, but that wasn't Manchester City. In the semi-final as well, I'm going to look at the team that we played. There was no Edison, there was no Stones, there was no Walker, there was no Zinchenko. We played a double pivot, Fernandinho played, but there was no Gundogan, there was no Mahrez, no Foden, you know. That was like 7 players there missing. So we only played, 1, 2, 3. There's someone else I missed out there as well. There's another player that I missed out. Bernardo there as well, and Gundogan. So either way, they've been 8 changes and 9 changes from this 11. So that has to count for something. Tuchel will know how Manchester City will play. Of course he will know how Manchester City will play, but he hasn't played Manchester City yet. And I mean that genuinely. He's played our reserves. You play a very similar way. And reserves is a harsh word, but he's played our rotation players. But they were rotated for a reason, because they are not our strongest side. And they haven't had a chance to play our strongest side yet. And our strongest side is a side that is better than the ones that they have played. We're not going to play just Rodri on his own. We're not going to play with a double pivot. So one game was Rodri on his own as the only midfielder with a bunch of forwards, with 3 at the back, which we're not going to do. And the other one was a double pivot with no Foden, Mahrez, no Gundogan, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to play, hopefully, a system that they haven't quite played yet against Manchester City, and that has to count for something. It doesn't mean we're going to win, but it does mean that they've got something to consider, whereas we haven't. We played against their system. We played against the wing-backs now, and that... that must count for something. We played against that lineup and that system twice now, whereas they've not played against how we play yet. And I know it's not particularly smokes and mirrors. Everyone knows how Manchester City play, but you've got to feel it sometimes. And it does help if you felt it, and they haven't felt it yet. Having said that, they won't be surprised how we play. They'll know, but I'm hoping that element of relative surprise should be interesting. Let's see how Foden and Mahrez get on, man. Let's see how they get on against these players, because we haven't seen that yet. Let's see how Gundogan moves into those pockets, and how, Walker can cope with the pace of Werner. Walker hasn't played against him yet, so Werner's great, but Walker wasn't playing, and Werner could definitely get the better of Walker. But what I will say is I'm confident in Walker, because he got the better of Neymar and Mbappe. So why can't I be confident in him? Why can't I be confident in him? This doesn't once again mean that Manchester City are going to win, but these are definitely things in Manchester City's favour that we have to feel confident about, and I don't get why we wouldn't be, because they haven't played us yet, and I mean that. Even though they haven't. You know what I mean? They haven't. Having said that, Chelsea are a very good side, and they will frustrate the life out of us. They really will. I am hoping that our overall individual quality and the desire from these players, and maybe I think we do have a little bit more quality up front. I think Mount, Werner and Pulisic is good, but I do honestly think that De Bruyne, Foden and Mahrez is better. It could be that I'm wrong, but I do believe that is true. It's going to be a horrible, tepid game, but I'm going for Manchester City to win the Champions League 2-1. That is our scoreline in this competition. I believe we can do it. I hope we can do it. And if we don't, once again, I'm happy that I've been part of this journey. We have been there. It's been an incredible season, and fingers crossed tomorrow is the icing on an already beautiful cake. And if we lose it, it'll be painful, but as Guardiola says, we will relax, we'll unwind, and next season we'll be back stronger and better than ever. I've got no doubt that that is true. Guys, you are all absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to anyone who reached the end. Come on, City. Come on, City. I can't wait to hopefully meet and say hello to some of you tomorrow at the CFA if you're watching this. It's going to be absolutely immense. I can't believe this is where we're at. I can't believe this is what we have to do right now. But this is it. This is great. This is as good as it gets, and I mean that. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're a Manchester City fan or a football fan and enjoy this kind of content. Best of luck to everyone going in Porto tomorrow. I want to say thank you as well to my Patreon producers. Big love to all the names scrolling down the side of the screen, of course. But Ahmed Ali, William Pritchard, and Irene J. Housey, thank you so much for supporting the channel. But this is it, guys. This is where we're at. Tomorrow, Manchester City play a Champions League final. Are we going to win? I don't know. Do I believe we will? Do I think we can? Yeah, I do. And saying that out loud feels absolutely crazy. It's the Champions League final. Come on, City. Come on, City.